Shields up, Iron Breakers. How's everybody doing today on this fine Sunday afternoon? Hope you're all doing good. Happy Easter, everybody. And I know I'm supposed to be on a break, but I figured I'm going to be doing this regardless because it's just like very good for relieving stress. It's actually a fantastic way of just like zoning out, going to a happy place, just chilling. And if I was going to be doing it regardless, I might as well share it with you guys. I figured I'm just still adjusting like the volume and music. Actually, it might not be loud enough. You guys might be barely hearing it, but it's loud as hell for me for some reason. Let me lower that down a smidge. That should be about good. We're listening to some Xenoblade stuff. I needed a good chill cast today. Almost burst into flames. Had to go with family to Easter Mass. Damn, Chief Hellhunter. That's rough. Hope you have a spray can black gray. I actually have black and white, but my plan is to do full-on Slapshot 2.0 on the Vulcus terrain. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to be doing it. For now, for today, I just want to focus on assembling it. But yeah. Rockslim, happy Easter. He's not even late. I'm never late. This is just like disgusting rumors. So for people that might be new, you guys might not be aware of what Kill Team is. Let me show you like what the end result on one of the minis is, because I know I keep showing these off. I'm very proud of them, okay? So bear with me. But it's like, this is the end result of a miniature. Now, it's not fantastic, you know. Obviously, artists with better skill level than me are going to be able to achieve much better results. But this is actually the leader of my Rurikhan Jaegers. So he is my Thane. Jaeger Thane or Rurikhan Thane. I'm actually not 100% sure, but yeah. He has a big-ass shotgun, a big set of blades, and he has a cheat death. He basically has Moxie, which is interesting. It's interesting, right? This unit has Moxie or Guts. I guess you could call it Guts. But basically, whenever he's about to die, he actually doesn't die, comes back to life with one wound. And that forces enemies to kind of like go after him harder. So yeah. Stop down talking. That looks good. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I've already based them. So they already have like sand and stuff. The only thing that these are missing, my Jaegers, is they're missing the, whatchamacallit, the varnish. Because I want to put varnish on them because that will make sure that the sand stays in place. And the biggest like thing that annoys me is that if you look at his face, I didn't paint the white of his eyes because I'm just not steady enough to paint the whites of characters' eyes. Now, something a little more advanced that I tried doing. I tried doing something a little bit more fancy with this one. I was trying to teach myself how to make the rifle look incandescent. Now, I'm also only using speed paints, so that makes these types of effects, like incandescent stuff and whatnot, much harder to do than if you were using traditional acrylic paints. But, you know, it does speed up the process of getting the army painted quite a bit, so I'm pretty happy with the result. So the idea is that this thing here is supposed to be kind of like incandescent, right? Like he just took a shot and the rifle's cooling down. That's the whole idea. This is my sniper. And he is an absolute beast. I love him. He's always hanging out at the top of the Vulcus terrain, shooting people down like an absolute boss. The paint is fine, but why isn't it Eldar? Why would I be playing filthy, nasty elves, bro? My friends already play the elves. And I think that this one might be my best paint job. Like, this one was like an experiment that I was trying to do. I think this guy might be my best paint job. He's also one of my favorite units. He's the Bombast. So this unit kind of cheats. See, this unit gets to fire during the strategy phase. While everybody's hanging out, casting spells, and figuring out what they're doing with their team, my boy here pulls out his big pistols and engages in something he calls the Rotlock negotiations. See, Rotlock is the name of these revolvers that he's got right here. And so he does Rotlock negotiations. So that's negotiations with his two revolvers. I think this looks pretty cool. You could try it, but if you do eyes, use almost no paint on the brush. Yeah, I know. So the other team that I wanted to have, because as you guys know, I only care about dwarves. So I have these guys here. These aren't painted yet, and they currently don't have any heads because I'm going to be painting them like... these were the guys I was assembling last time. Wait, camera can barely pick it up because it's just so black. But these are the salvagers. And you guys are like, how the hell are you going to use black and then use speed paint? And the thing is, we're going to use Slap Chop 2.0, so we're going to dry brush these boys gray, and then we're going to dry brush them white, and then we're going to speed paint. And supposedly that will make the details stand out much better. But yeah, I have like 15 of them in here, because a friend of mine gave me half of a box that he bought like online secondhand at a discount. So I was able to make pretty much all of the operatives for this kill team. Because unfortunately you can't get all of them out of one box. And even with 2 boxes, you need to like make conversions and stuff. So like, for instance, this unit is like giga converted. And it took like an absolute redonkulous amount of dedication to make this goddamn thing work. Looked terrible. But yeah. And this one right here is the Thane of the salvagers. He's got like a concussion gauntlet. That right there. I've done so much damage with that thing. It is absolutely ridiculous. I love it. But yeah, this is where I'm at with the salvagers. They're all assembled. They're all here. I just need to start painting them up. And now, the only downside to some kill teams is not one kill team out of the box. Yeah, I mean, no, you always get one kill team out of the box, but you don't get all of the operatives, which I do think kind of sucks, especially as someone who started with the Jaegers. The Jaegers, you basically get all the operatives and 3 warriors, which is like more than enough to get everything that you could possibly want out of. Oh, I also wanted to show you guys, I started working on the bases for the salvagers, so it's going to be different. So these guys, the bases on these guys, it's like sandy terrain and stuff, right? Just put the sand on there. Boom. Put a couple of rocks, which is basically made out of cork, and some grass tufts. That's the basis for these guys. Now these, we're going to do something a little bit different. So here we're using Astro Granite to create like some volume and textures and stuff, and then some corks for the rocks. Then I'm going to paint all of this black and probably do a bunch of dry brushes until I'm happy with it. Yeah, I've gotten like all of the bases done in here as well. Always curious how these were painted. I mean, I can kind of just like... It's very easy, right? You grab a brush. I mean, something much smaller than this. I just happen to have like a cleaning brush here, right? And then you just, you know, you just grab them and just go to town. Just like, bloop, bloop. A little bit of paint here, a little bit of paint there, smaller brush. You have to use like your pinky as stabilization, right? So you use your pinky and you put your pinky like somewhere that's stable. So like in here, I'm using the other hand for a grip. And then you can do some fine brush strokes. Or maybe you use your middle finger, not your middle finger, whatever, your ring finger. Put that somewhere and then you brush. But basically you need some type of support for the weapon that has the for the hand that has the brush, so that you can kind of like do it like that, right? Because that gives you more stability for when you're painting. Even still though, at 43, my hands do shake quite a bit when I'm painting as well, which makes it very frustrating, makes you do a lot of mistakes. Do you use a magnifying glass? I used it for a bit. Nowadays I just take off my glasses, because these glasses are for seeing far away, right? These are for seeing far away. So I just take them off, and usually I can see just fine. I do have those, like, hobby glasses that you can put in front of you, and it's basically like a big magnifying glass. But I noticed, I mean, I didn't notice, I just kind of, like, felt like I was messing with my eyesight. And I was like, well, I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with my eye. Usually I just do it without magnifying glass. I got my hobby glue here. We have an X-Acto knife. I have some extra blades. I'm wondering if I should maybe break the blade on this and go... yeah, I think we will break the blade on this because I've used this one quite a bit. Wait a second, let me go break this blade. There we go. See, now we have ourselves a proper blade. I mean, I say proper blade. I got this X-Acto knife at like a thrift store. So it's just a piece of trash. This thing is a piece of trash. But, you know, I've actually gotten a filing thing. I usually don't use these. I stole this off of my mom. But I usually don't use these. I usually clean my minis with the X-Acto blade. Probably not the best way of doing it. What a coincidence. I'm currently painting the Goremongers from Blood and Zeal. Oh, dude, I was playing yesterday with the Blood and Zeal cards. We used the cards yesterday. Listen, this week, like I told you guys, I was on a break. Pretty much, I tried getting a bunch of friends together as often as I possibly could, and we just played back-to-back kill team. It's been insane. So listen, I faced off against, let me see. I faced off against Vespids, because like a friend of mine has like almost all the goddamn kill teams. But I played against Vespid. I've played against, what else? I've played against Krieg. Hell, we did a whole campaign against Krieg. The day before yesterday. I think it was on Thursday. Played a whole campaign against Krieg. So Vespids, Krieg, played against Mandrakes, played against Necrons, and then played against Orcs. And I think that's all the kill teams that I've played, but I've done like multiple matches. It was insane. It was a blast. Kind of sucks that now they're not on vacation anymore, so it's going to be hard to set up stuff like this ever again. But we're basically here at the warehouse. They'd bring their terrain, because my terrain's not ready to go yet, right? So they'd bring their terrain, and we just, like, set up, and I would, like, buy snacks and stuff for everybody, and everybody was just chilling, playing Kill Team, like, all day. It was crazy good times, dude. Crazy good times. Just finished painting my Vulcus terrain. How long did it take you? How long did it take you to paint the Vulcus terrain? Because, like, this is my... When I got started with Kill Team, I told my friends, listen, I'm buying one Kill Team, that's it. Not buying anything else. And then one of the friends that got me into it is like, oh, I bought these salvagers, because they all know that my thing is dwarves, right? He's like, oh, I bought these salvagers off of Vinted, and I bought them, like, dirt cheap, so I'm just going to take a couple of operatives, and you can have the rest of the sprues. So he just gave me, like, more than half of the sprues, and he's just like, here you go. So that's enough to make another 5 bodies. I was like, oh, okay, guess I'll have to buy the salvagers now. Marie, this is out of context, but how do you feel about the cheater from Monsanto Wilds? You're going to have to be a little bit more specific. I don't know which cheater specifically you're speaking about. I've heard about a lot of cheaters in Wilds. I've heard about people cheating. Oh, wait, where's my water? Crap, I didn't bring water. Give me a second. I need some water. Who's cheating on Wilds? Start. It's like, but my viewpoint on cheaters as a default is usually just like, look, if you want to cheat in your single player game, it's your game. Do whatever you want. If you're gonna bring it online, that's lame. That's lame. That's it. It sucks, but whatever. Didn't know you played Warhammer 40k. I didn't. I played Fantasy Battles, and now I'm playing Kill Team. I'm like, the likelihood of me ever getting invested into a big army ever again after what Games Workshop did to me is near zero. So the reason I got invested in Kill Team, excuse me, it's because it's much smaller miniatures, so it's a smaller investment. Because I still remember how I felt when they said, "Oh yeah, your dwarven army you've been painting for years now. Yeah, you can't play that anymore." I was like, "Oh, that's nice of you." You know, it was only like 3,000 points. It's not like it was a big deal. But yeah, this is the Killzone Vulcus box. I already have some stuff that I had to take out of the sprues, because one of my friends who brought his terrain at some point forgot the light terrain pieces. And I was like, well, I have mine over there. We can just cut it out of the sprues and we'll use this to play, because otherwise we wouldn't have been able to play. I just gave it all a simple prime and wash, painted doors different colors, all in all about a week and change. Damn. No, I want to give it a bit more detail. I still haven't decided on the color scheme, because both of my friends have like Volkus terrain painted in, you know, a color scheme somewhat similar to what you're supposed to do, which I guess is this. So I want mine to look like very different and contrasting to whatever the default is supposed to be. But I haven't made up my mind on what it's going to be, so I still have to figure that part out. Hey Zozo. So this part is the terrain mat, which is just like a mat of terrain that is printed paper. And you know, there's nothing too special about this. It just opens up, unfolds, and it becomes your kill zone. I'm not gonna be touching this. This is already all set up. In terms of the light terrain, I already cleaned it up. I think it's like pretty well cleaned up. You know, obviously on the bottom you got some sprue marks. Doesn't really matter that much. Once you spray paint this black, who really cares? But yeah, these are already pretty much cleaned up. No residue from mold. Not mold. No residue from plastic, from sprues or anything like that. So I'm gonna take out the light terrain. We'll set all that stuff aside. I gotta be careful not to lose this, though. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna put this. I need to get, like, a box. Box to put my light terrain in. Oh, I'll just put it on the reversed Volkus lid. That way I won't lose it. No, I haven't played the new content Space Marine. Is it possible that if we play with a cheater we do not know, we could also be banned as well? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that Capcom will be paying close attention to that and figuring out whether or not it was intentional. I wouldn't expect them to just like mass auto ban people. So let's see which one would be the first that we would have to assemble. Let's go by order. So the very first one is going to be... Wow, it's the condensed stronghold. Okay. I'm gonna put the instructions here in front of the screen. So this is gonna like... Okay, it's not covering chat. And let me look these up. It'll be the 1As. It's probably this one. Yeah, it's this sprue. I feel like the camera is really dark. You guys want me to make the camera a little bit lighter for you guys? I could probably do that. Probably make the camera a little lighter. Whoa, maybe that's a bit much, huh? Maybe not quite so much. Let's go for... I feel like this is a little bit better, right? I feel like this is a little bit better. I feel like it's blowing out the paper, but you guys don't need to watch the paper. I need to watch the paper. Let me see how it looks like on the wooden surface. Like if I put this here, how's that gonna look? I feel like this is much better, right? We good? We good, team? I'll take out this bruise as needed. I'm quite happy they brought back fantasy as old world. Pretty sure it'd get axed again. I mean, I feel like they're spreading themselves too thin with that stuff. Again, I'm not playing those games at the moment, so I wouldn't be able to give you guys like an accurate take on it. But to me, I feel like you want to focus on having like a couple of games. Like I think Kill Team's good, and I think that Warcry is good, even though Warcry, I feel like the rules are probably a little bit wonky. I'm not playing it though, but from what I hear, you build armies in Warcry kind of similar to the way that you built armies with like an army list and stuff like that. Why wouldn't you just want to do Warcry more like Kill Team, right? Yeah, it's weird. How much detail are you going to paint? I don't know how much detail I want to paint. I just want something that looks cool, but it doesn't have to be something where somebody's looking at it with a microscope, right? I don't mind if somebody picks up like a huge piece of terrain, looks at it and goes like, ah, I see this thing right here. You know, you colored outside the lines. I'm be like, bro, it's terrain. Okay, chill. Chill, big dog. It's terrain. But yeah, this is not army specific. I saw that somebody was asking, where was it? What army is this for? J-Man. This is not for an army. This is the terrain. So this is what you need to play Kill Team Vulcus, which is what I'm always playing with my friends. Although I did play a different scenario, and it was so good. It was this crazy matchup with me and my friend Tom. You guys see him in chat every now and then. He's called Nox Tom. So he comes up to me and he says, "Oh, I have like this map I've seen online of this other expansion of Volkus, which is called Brutal and Cunning," right? And so he's telling me all about this map, and we start building the map because it has like, it's basically the two strongholds, and then there's like a big bunker in the middle. I don't know if I have pictures. Let's see. I think my friend might have some pictures. Wait, you guys can't look at my phone. Well, I gotta be careful. You guys can see what I'm doing with my hands now. It's dangerous. Let me see where it is. Yeah, it was this thing. Where is it? It's probably going to get blown up. Hopefully not. Yeah, you guys see that setup over there? So it's got like the two strongholds, and then it has that one big objective marker in the middle. And the win conditions for this scenario are either table the enemy, which means kill their whole team, or control that one objective in the middle. In case you guys are wondering what the objective is, this little orange thing here with the 1. That's the objective, right? And so wow, that thing actually looks really good when you zoom in on it, huh? Yeah, this is my friend's terrain. He actually tried putting like a bunch of detail on it. But yeah, that's the dwarves against the Ernken Jaegers against the Necrons. So when he reveals the objective to me, which like either table or win this objective, I'm like, okay, so the dwarves aren't fantastic at murdering other enemies, especially Necrons. Necrons have like high saves, they're super powerful, and they deal a crap ton of damage. So I already know On a head-to-head fight, I'm losing. There's no if and ends about it. I'm either getting super lucky on dice, which I don't tend to, or I'm losing. That's the way that it goes. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I can't table him. If I can't table him, there's only one way this match ends with me winning. And that is with a Hernkin warrior, which is like, I don't have one here, but it's basically like one of these dudes with a shotgun. This is my leader, but it's a different one with a shotgun. So my thing was, this match needs to end with me having a Hernkin warrior on top of that objective, and I'm going to buff it with one extra APL, which that is what determines who controls the objective marker. And that's going to be something that he's not going to be expecting. So I need to get basically every move that I was making, because it's 4 turns to play Kill Team. So every move that I was making throughout the 4 turns was ensuring on the last turn I have a warrior here, and that warrior has 1 extra APL, and that's going to completely derail him because he's not going to be expecting, because the warriors, the Ernkin warriors, have this special thing that says if you buff them with an extra APL, which I can do with resourceful points, which is a faction mechanic of my team, if they get an APL, it lasts until the next turn, so it doesn't go away when they finish their activation. So that would be the big advantage that I would have. So I'm thinking about this, and then I'm going over the equipment, thinking about, oh, what equipment am I going to take? And then for the first time, I decided to look up what a stun grenade did, because I had no idea. I was thinking about taking smoke grenades so that I could protect myself a little bit more from his Necrons shooting. And then I was like, I don't know. This is like a pretty, just a kind of like a kill box. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make use of smoke grenades. Plus, I've never used smoke grenades before. That's when I read the other utility grenade, the stun grenade. Stun grenade debuffs APLs from enemies, which is, again, APLs is what determines whether or not you control the point. And I was like, oh, that's going to be another thing he's not going to see coming. Again, never used the stun grenade before, never. So what happens? We start playing the game, and by the 3rd turn, I look at who his biggest, strongest dude is, and this unit also has a special thing that says that you can't debuff his APLs. And I was like, okay, whatever I do, that guy can't reach the point. So I charged him with my leader, which is this guy. I charged his biggest, baddest dude with my leader. But I don't fight. He's like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't fight? It's like, I'm not here to fight. I'm not here. What do you mean? I didn't come here to fight, bro. I just want you to not move. I don't care about fighting. I'm here to win. So I charge him with a leader. Then I charge him with like one of my worthless units. And then when we get to the, I don't know if it was I think I charge him on the 2nd turn. And then on the 3rd turn, I get the other unit in there. And I'm just like, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give my leader 1 extra APL. I'm going to fall back from this engagement. My friend's just like getting all kinds of confused. It's like, fall back. You charge me. You don't fight. Now you're falling back. And I'm like, and now I'm going to reposition towards your leader. And he's like, oh, he's going to fight my leader now. And I was like, nope. I throw a stun grenade at his leader. His leader loses APL, so he can't get to the point anymore, because he doesn't have enough movement and to be able to do all of the other stuff he needs to do with his leader. His other guy is also stuck in combat with another one of my operatives. And then in the middle, he's able to put like 2 units there. One of the units with 2 APL, another unit with 3 APL. So he's got 5 APLs in the middle of the map to control the center. I go in there with my Ernkin warrior, buffed with 1 APL, like I said I was going to do since the beginning of the game. And that Ernkin warrior throws the other stun grenade, zaps their APLs, and all of a sudden it's a draw in the middle with my Ernkin warrior contesting both of his 2 units. And then all I have to do is move 1 more unit into the middle, and I win the game. It was disgusting, it was nasty, and it was joyful. Oh man. Also, Cypher, thank you very much for saying happy Sunday, happy Easter, all that stuff. Thank you, bro. What's my favorite Space Marine faction or specific person? I don't really follow Space Marines themselves too closely. I've always been more into dwarves, and dwarves are actually like a recent addition to 40k. So, but if I had to pick a faction, I'd probably do Blood Angels, because I think Blood Angels look really cool. So that'd probably be my thing. Sorry, allergies have been destroying me this morning for some reason. So there is going to be some sniffling. My apologies. Oh, let me go ahead. Let's cut this bad boy up. Man, they do put a lot of connections on these sprues, huh? This is gonna be a bitch to clean. Look at all these connections, bro. What are they thinking? Hey, Victor. Happy Easter. I swear they put way too many connections on terrain. This is the first time I've ever owned Warhammer terrain, by the way. When I was playing fantasy battles, I never bought any of this, because we would just go to the store, and they would have, like, terrain set up for us to use. So I would never have to worry about that. Holy crap! Luigi, bro, what are you doing? Like, you guys give me way too much money. Luigi, thank you so much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Happy Easter, bro. Appreciate it. That's crazy. Like, I was sitting here chilling at Warhammer. Like, you guys are crazy. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see. But yeah, I've never owned terrain before, so this is like a new experience for me. Not exactly sure what to expect from it. Happy Easter, bro. Old man Warhammer dude. Back in my day, we made our own terrain out of cardboard, structure, paint, and grass flock. I mean, I figured most people back in the day actually did it out of foam. I think that the guys at the store made theirs out of foam, and what's that thing called you put in the ground? Is it epoxy? Am I saying that right? I think it's epoxy. I think that's what they used for, like, water and whatnot. And I'm sorry, I know that this camera is a little bit grainy. It's a really old camera. But it's like the best one that I have for doing this type of stuff. Back in college days, my friends just broke some brick, put it on table for terrain. One guy even used a small Gundam as a Tau battle suit. Hey, whatever works. I mean, I heard that, and I could be wrong, but I heard that Games Workshop actually allows people to use, like, proxies from other armies and stuff nowadays. See, this is the part where I kind of get a little bit wonky, because I don't know how to use this thing. I've never used this. Structure paint and blue paint equals water? Yeah. You're improving these kind of streams, Rui? All good with the camera? Yeah, I'm trying, okay? I'm doing my best. I'm a professional streamer. Professional strummer. Strummer? Are we supposed to do it like this? Because I feel like... I don't know, I kind of feel like this isn't really doing the job. You're supposed to file it down like this? I guess. I don't know, I just feel like it comes out much better if I just take a blade to it, chop that sucker up. Although I guess the filing is smoother. Is that a building? Yeah, this is a structure that we make. This is the condensed stronghold, which apparently is the first thing you're supposed to assemble. Yeah, this is a sprue connection, right? Yeah. Wonder if I'm supposed to move the camera. should probably just... Yeah, if I come closer to this side, it's actually even better. Okay, you guys can't look at my phone, though. Stop trying to dox me on my phone. See, I feel like the blade is kind of like the way to go. Although I have chopped myself up pretty badly with this thing. Well, I say badly. Just some exaggeration. I still feel like what I would want is a camera like from above, but I don't really have the setup for it here. SimCity Warhammer, yeah. You're gonna play Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I don't know if I'll play it next week, because what's gonna happen is I actually booked something to go out with the wife and kids to make up for them for this week of absolute degeneracy that I went on. Like I told you guys, I was trying to like play Kill Team every single day. So to make it up to the wife and kids, we booked like 2 nights at this hotel that supposedly has a bunch of activities for kids. And so I booked that for Monday and Tuesday. And so I'm not going to be here when Blossom Fest goes live. Although to be honest, it's probably for the best. With the recent discourse, it's been rough, you know? Like I was thinking to myself since the beginning of the break, like even if I take a break, I want to do these 2 podcasts with Rada and DM. And so I was like, okay, so Tuesday's the day. Tuesday's the big day. I'm going to stop the break for 1 day. Now I'm going to go do these podcasts. And it was just like the response to both was... That was just not good. Let's put it like that, right? And so... I was just thinking to myself, you know, it's probably for the best that I'm not here on the release day of Blossom Fest, because there's going to be a bunch of people that are going to hate it. And a bunch of people that are going to love it. And they're going to want to fight with each other. And they're going to want to put me in the middle for some strange fucked up reason, even though I don't want to be in the middle of those things. And, you know, it is what it is. So probably doing the Blossom Fest the day after it goes live might end up being the best thing for me. And so because of that, I'm not sure if I'll be able to start Expedition 33 day of. But we'll see. I do want to play it. Are you ever going to play V Rising? It's just, I just feel like that's not my kind of game. I'm not really that into vampires. And whatever little I was into vampires, Twilight ruined it forever. Because that's what a lot of people think a vampire is now. The Twilight vampires. I was like, oh no. It's terrible. Aren't these blades mostly for paper? Yeah. Probably. But I'm not going to pay 30 bucks or whatever it is for a hobby blade. I think it was like 30 bucks last time I checked. So I use these to clean up my sprues and stuff. Actually, the file works remarkably well. I'm surprised. Because, like, I'm pretty sure with the filing that I'm doing, this will work out great once I put the speed paints to it. Oh yeah, this smooths it out. Nice. But I kind of feel like the problem with it is that it's too flat. So I'm probably losing some detail at the top here, but again, it's terrain, and it's already damaged terrain. We can just call that weathering. Is it damaged or is it weathering? Well, it's weathering, of course. What do you mean? I got these razor blades with files on the back. Bro. That sounds fantastic. That sounds phenomenal, dude. I'm jelly right now. Big jelly. Not even joking. I really want to get into Warhammer just to collect them. Playing doesn't interest me too much, but I don't know if I can justify the price and not play with them. See, I'm the other way around. Like, I would never get into the hobby just for painting. the main reason I paint is because I know then I get to show it off to my friends, be like, oh, look at this unit, doesn't it look cool? Look at this detail, this stupid detail that nobody will ever see unless I really point it out right to your face. Look at this dumb detail I did on this unit. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That's like a big motivation source. Because like if I wasn't playing with them, I don't think I'd be able to justify the time that it takes to paint them. I understand why people would paint them because it's very therapeutic, 100%. Like, it really relieves stress. It's fantastic. I love it. A YouTuber named MH Meatman made a lengthy video outlining why people who don't like the wildest difficulty may be speaking in hyperbole and remembering stuff. Yeah, I know. I know the video. Trust me, it's been thrown in my face. I've been accused of purposefully ignoring it. I've been accused of dismissing it. I've been accused of harshly criticizing it. I've been accused of like 1,000 different things. Not by the video, but because the fact that I didn't watch the video. And it was funny because I didn't even know the video existed until Ratatosker pointed it out to me. So I was just like, oh, there's a 4-hour video, and my only reaction was, holy shit, because I was just surprised that there was a 4-hour response video for Ratatosker. And because I said the words holy shit in surprise, some people decided to take the worst possible bad faith interpretation of that and just went about like, oh man, look at Rurikhan criticizing the video and then makes a 3.5-hour podcast. It's like, there was no criticism. There was genuine surprise and literally nothing else. And I didn't even talk about the video anymore after that. It's like, well, you know, when people are poised to be upset, it doesn't really matter whatever you say. So, no, Nebby, I'm not saying you're calling me out. I was just explaining the stuff. Like, the guy actually went on Twitter and said that, you know, he didn't want people to do that and shit like that. And I think he even mentioned it in this video, but because I'm not blaming him. Like I've always said, I like criticism. I like when people criticize me. What I don't like is when people like to selectively remember things that I said. Like there's a bunch of comments saying that I've just been shitting on Wilds relentlessly. That I'm a Monster Hunter doomer. And then I'm just like crapping all over the game. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Most of my videos are brutally positive. To the point where a large portion of the community thinks that I'm a glazer. And then when I do criticize things, it's usually in responses to chat. But, you know, it's whatever. The reality of the situation is that the main reason for my break is because of IRL stuff. And there's some bad stuff happening to me IRL that's just like fucking with my mental terribly. And it's completely unrelated to streaming or anything like that. It's just some stupid drama that you would never, you know, stuff that you would never even imagine your whole life that you would ever have to deal with. Like imagine that you've been given a set of core beliefs as you were growing up, right? And then imagine that all of those core beliefs get put into question out of nowhere. This happened to me 2 years ago, and it's an ongoing situation that hasn't stopped. And it's just been getting progressively worse. And it just makes it very hard for you to be creative when you're, and the worst part is like you could, well, maybe you shouldn't procrastinate and just fucking deal with it. But the problem is there's actually literally nothing that I can do, which is the worst part, because it's not really up to me. All I can do is support the people that are getting affected by it. One of them is me, and just try to do your best, and that's it. But the situation never improves. It's just progressively getting worse. And it's not a sickness thing. It's not a health thing that doesn't have a solution. It is just some stupid bullshit drama that I unfortunately do not want to reveal because of the parties involved. And it's just not my business, basically, to reveal it. But it is something that deeply affects me on a terrible level. And it makes it atrociously hard to come in here sometimes and just be like, oh man, let's all like fucking do hunts and be happy. And it's just fucking Jesus. But yeah, I don't want to dwell on that. You know, I just wanted to bring that up because I know that people are probably curious about the drama. The drama is the drama. I've been through like 1,000 different dramas over my 17 years on YouTube. It's not a big deal. I don't hold any grudge towards Meatman. As a matter of fact, I'll probably end up inviting him on the podcast because I think like I said, I like hearing the different viewpoints and it'll be interesting. But there is one thing that I'm kind of scared of, which is, you know, the same way that some people watched his video and decided that it was a good idea to come and spew vitriol in my comment section. There'll probably be some people that watch my videos and decide that it's a good idea to go spew vitriol in his comment section, which is why I made it like another Twitter post saying, oh man, guys, let's all not fucking go to people's comment sections and fuck about, just be a obnoxious, rude asshole to other people. It's hard for me to hate on Wilds when Gunlance plays really good. Bro, it's one of the best Gunlance iterations we've ever had. It's so friggin' good. It's friggin' crazy, dude. I was like, you're trapped and I don't assume it's easy to walk away from it. It's not. It's impossible to walk away from it. The situation that I'm in, if I was to walk away from it, I'd be a major asshole. I'm just like stuck dealing with it. Most people most loud about Wild's too easy. Fivers, who of course had a hard time with World because it was the first game, have a warped sense of how Monster Hunter should be. I'm not. I said that the Ratatosker podcast is going to be the last time I talk about that, so yeah. It's just a terrible idea to engage in that discourse at this point because it's going to benefit absolutely no one. So I'll just provide my feedback directly to... And when I say feedback, it's just, hey, here's how I feel about this, and here's how the community feels about this. Now, people might say that I'm a liar, which is fine. I'll just provide my feedback directly and stop getting too involved on the difficulty discourse. No, it's not my kids or wife. Although there is some problems with kids, but kids growing up at the age of 10, there's always going to be problems there, but... And I love Xenoblade tracks. These are like some random Xenoblade tracks. Just like a random playlist. See, the thing about doing a hobby is I feel like my hands end up covering most of what I'm doing, which is very frustrating. I'm like, oh, I set up this camera so that you guys can see the stuff that I'm doing, and then all you see is my hands getting in the way. Why can't I have transparent hands? That'd be so much more convenient. Maybe I should green screen my hands out. I don't think it works like that. We could AI green screen the shit. What color do you guys think would look cool for Vulcus without using the default colors? I don't know what colors I would like to use. I don't want it to be black or gray. I want the building to have like some strange coloring to it. But I haven't figured out exactly what that's going to be. Man, the bottom ones actually look really good. These are looking really nice. If you green skin your hand, would that mean that you become an orc player? Dude, I had an orc match against orc commandos yesterday. Came down to the wire. I won by 1 point. 1 point was how much I won by. I was like, oof, god damn. And this friend of ours, he's very, very new to Kill Team. So he has like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 matches under his belt. So it was like, dude, he's able to be extremely competitive for the amount of matches that he has under his belt. I was very, very shocked at how effective he was being with his forces. Although I did mess with him. I messed with him so bad. It was hilarious, dude. I messed with him so bad. So I did this thing where, wait, I'll show you guys the unit. So there's this unit. I was playing salvagers yesterday. One of my friend has a salvagers kill team, and I told him, listen, I'm priming my salvagers, so please bring yours so that I can play with salvagers. And so there's a unit in the salvagers. Let me show you guys what unit it is. This guy right here. You guys probably can't see the detail too much, but this right here is the Earthkin Lugger. The name says it all. He lugs stuff around. He just has tons and tons and tons and tons of gear on him, right? So the special thing about this guy is that he can perform mission actions for free. So the way that you win Kill Team is you go to these objective markers and you perform mission actions and you gain points. It's not about just killing the other guy. I mean, killing also gives you points, but it's also about, you know, conquering objectives and doing stuff like that. So I put that dozer dude, right? I put him right out in the open. So I had this little piece of cover like this, where in my deployment zone, and I put the dozer right here, right out in the open. I put him right out in the open, and then what happens? I start fucking with his head. So first turn goes by. You know, the first activation goes by. Not the first turn. First activation goes by. And I look at him, because he's suspicious that this guy is out in the open, right? He's suspicious. Now, I must admit, I also had like a medic over here, which is 3 inches away. So if he died, I could just resurrect him with a medic. So I didn't took that harsh of a risk. But regardless, right? I have my dude here. Boom. And so he does his first activation, and I go like, I just want to remind you, I've given you 1 activation to kill this guy. And he's just like losing his shit, analyzing all of the possible plays that I could do if he was to attack this one guy. And then I play a different unit. And then he goes and he plays again, and I was like, 2 activations I've given you to kill this guy. That's all I'm saying. I've given you 2 activations to go kill this guy. And he is losing his shit. He's like, I'm not going to do it. That's a trap. That's 100% a trap. It's 100% a trap. We play again. And I'm like, that's 3 activations I've given you to kill this guy. I was just fucking with his head. There was no strategy. There was nothing. I was trying to bait him. That was it. I had no idea what he was going to do. There was nothing. So here's what happens. At the end of the turn, okay, I just straight up rush this guy all the way to his base, right on top of his objective marker, and I plant him there. And I'm like, you see this dwarf right here? He's got balls the size of coconuts, okay? My man can barely fit his balls inside his pants in the morning, all right? So I have this one guy in the middle of a fortress surrounded by no less than 4 commando orcs. 4 commando orcs. And he's still thinking like, what the fuck? What's he gonna do? I stole his point twice with this unit. I took points away from him 2 times with this goddamn unit. Oh, God. It was hilarious. Oh, he was just like running around his orcs and stuff. He charges me, I run away. It's so hilarious, dude. Oh, I love this game. It's so funny. Man too angry to die levels of energy. Eventually he killed him. Eventually he did kill him. But yeah, it was funny. Oh yeah. And at the same time, I had another dwarf. My grenadier just blindingly throws himself in the middle of another 3 orcs. And then he throws like this special charge that he has, does a crap ton of damage. And I deal 20 damage to his orc leader. I kill his leader with a grenade. Ah, that was funny. I love playing this game. This game's so much fun. Oh man, allergies are kicking my ass though. Look at that nasally voice, bro. These goddamn allergies, man, they're gonna kill me. Let's cut off the excess sprue. I gotta be careful with this blade. I've nicked my fingers plenty of times now. This is why it's important to ask questions. There is no hidden information. Yeah, exactly. I even told him, this is the guy that can do mission actions for free, and he gives me an extra piece of equipment at the beginning of the game. That's all he does. ZBug84, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. You even gonna paint those walls? Yes, I am, Mr. Tummy Giggles. It's like I saw a YouTube short at one point, which is like this fucking big buff dude. And I think he had received a text message or something. What are you doing this weekend? And then there's just like footage of him like painting terrain, and then this AI generated heavy metal music starts blasting. I'm painting terrain, painting terrain, painting the terrain. And I was like, holy shit. Oh, it was funny. Love the 40k streams. Just finished printing about 1,500 points of Space Marines Raptors. Now it's time to assemble and prime for the Emperor. What do you mean print? You 3D printed them. Then what do you mean assemble? I guess you're gluing them to bases? I've heard that they actually accept like 3D printed minis now in official tournaments and stuff. Am I mistaken? Because I swear I heard that. I don't think I'm mistaken. Oh, they come in pieces? Okay. They accept it so they can find you. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Games Workshop would like to know your location. I think 3D printing is fine. The thing is, I don't really have a 3D printer. I almost thought about getting a 3D printer because then I could just print whatever I wanted. But at the same time, I like the assembly aspect of the hobby. I think it's cool. But I don't judge people if they want to do it 3D printing. I think that's fine. I think whatever gets you going. Like, for instance, I bootleg all the cards, bro. Like, guys want to see my cards? Give me a second. So, for the Jaegers, I have the official cards because my friend Tom bought them for me. So one day he just comes over and he just has like these cards and he just hands them to me and he's just like, here you go, bro. So I have the official cards because this is my main kill team and my friend bought me the official cards. So on these, I have like everything official, right? All the official stuff and the art, all of that stuff. All of the usual kill team cards. But like for myself, whenever I'm doing stuff, like I am the worst of the bootleggers. All right, like let me show you what we got going. So I found a set of cards online. I forget where I found it, but I found like this PDF for like your tac ops and stuff. I just have all of that in sleeves, like in Magic the Gathering sleeves. So it's like for the scouting step, for the crit op, the primary op, kill op, all of that stuff, tac ops, all of that is in here, right? So I don't have to buy these things. Like these cards, I was looking this up online. This shit costs like 40 euros, bro. 40 euros. You're crazy. You're insane. And then for the salvagers, pretty much the same thing. I just printed them bitches out. Like bam, right there. This is there's a dude who does this stuff on whatchamacallit? On Ko-Fi. So I just printed out the cards, put them on sleeves. I did like I think it was like a $20 donation or whatever it was to his Ko-Fi stuff. Because it's really good work. It's really good fucking work. Right? Look at that. So yeah, that's me. I'm bootlegging all the cards. GW loves their cards. It's easy money. I mean, their plastic is also easy money considering how much people pay for it, and they still feel the need to nickel and dime you by not including everything on the goddamn sprues. Like assembling the salvagers was an exercise in frustration. So there's 5 different gunner operatives, and they all share like the same fucking arm sprue, of which you can only have 1 per box. And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? There's 5 of these fucking gunners. I'm gonna be able to make like 1. What's wrong with you? So yeah, I mean, it's not really kit bashing, but you know, I kind of just like jammed the parts in there. Made the shit work. I feel like it'd probably be better if I actually put the camera in a different angle. I think I can get like a better angle than this. Let me see what I can make happen. You have Kill Team Core Light rules on an app that you can download. This might be a slightly better angle, hopefully. What you should do is trim your nails. See, I knew that somebody would bring that up. I wanted to trim them, but because I went to bed at 5 a.m. yesterday, because I was playing Kill Team, like a beast. And I went to bed super late, so I woke up a little bit late. And because I had to go to a family event, I only had time to shower. Didn't have time to do nails. Then I got here. And if I had taken the time to trim my nails, I was not going to be able to make it in time and I would have been late. And therefore, I chose you guys over my nail hygiene. And some people just like having longer nails. It's not my case, to be honest, but you ever seen like Review Bras videos? You want to talk about some long fingernails? I don't even come close, okay? You have the craft knife right there, bro. What craft knife? I don't have a craft knife. Ain't nobody got a craft knife. Try playing bass with long nails. You do the slapping thing. Spank, spank. Chord slapping. That's how you do it. And see, with the long nails, I can use them to file some stuff away with my nails. See? I'm a professional. Yeah, I should move like further in here. Because this way you guys get even more detail. Look at that. If you do pop with long nails, you'll rip your damn nail off. Well, maybe that's the point. You rip the nail off, it's no longer big. I've been working on this terrain piece for like the last 10 minutes. This is the slowest assembly of Vulcus ever. Because the point is not actually to assemble Vulcus. It's just to hang out with you guys. Just an excuse, because I was going to be doing this no matter what. We got some more parts to clean up here. I'm actually curious because you guys keep saying like hobby blade. I bet this shit's expensive. I think I checked last time. On Amazon, it was like $30. Oh. Wait, this is for vinyl cutting. Okay, there's some cheap ones. Not as cheap as what I've used, but... The Army Painter Hobby Knife, that one's $10. I thought it was like 30. I don't know, maybe I saw it wrong. Maybe I should get a hobby blade, but it's kind of late for that now. We're already live streaming, so... No hobby blades here. Just one big X-Acto knife. That's what you get. Not even a big one. This is like the cheapest one that I could buy too. This was like €2, some bullshit. And it came with a set of shitty blades too. Do you think you'll ever get a second army or no? No, I'm never doing army again. See, what I'm doing is kill team, not army. I already have 2 kill teams. I'm happy with that. I have 2 kill teams and I have terrain. Kind of what I want to get now is the rest of the terrain. Like, I've here there's like Gallo Dark terrain, and then there's terrain for, well, Necromunda I think is like supposed to be a different game or something. But Gallo Dark terrain, the Brutal and Cunning thing, whatever it is, like I would probably like to get some of those, but not really get more kill teams unless they make more dwarf kill teams. I have considered though potentially getting like a Space Marine kill team just because I also do like Space Marines quite a bit. So an Angels of Death kill team would be pretty cool. But that would be like long into the future. My idea was actually there's this friend of mine that I bought a box, a starter set, right before I dropped out of Warhammer. We bought a 40k starter set because we were going to start learning to play 40k, me and this friend of mine. Because we both liked fantasy so much that we were both like, oh man, it'd be cool to try out 40k, see how that feels compared to what we're doing now. So that was my intention, but that never really panned out. Because shortly after, both of us just quit the hobby because of the stupid rule change. Because, like, to give you guys an idea, right? So I was going to have to change my army so that I would have to have, like, hordes of dwarves, like 40 unit 40 strong units of dwarves. My friend played Skaven. I can't even imagine what a Skaven army looked like during that rule change. You know, it's probably like, what? Oh yeah, now you need units 100 strong. Because otherwise, I don't know how they would match up to the rest of the armies, so yeah. Couldn't you just get a load of kill teams, turn them into an army? You can, technically speaking, but I don't know exactly how that works, and I don't want to play 40k. Like I said, I don't want to build one big army because I don't trust Games Workshop not to fuck me over again. It's very hard to earn my trust back as a company to the point where I'm willing to invest as much money as I did before after you fucked me over once. And I do feel very much fucked over that change. If they don't keep changing stuff, people would just buy their one army and be done. See, that's exactly where I disagree. I hear that argument a lot. I completely disagree with that. I was on my second army when I quit. I was doing Tomb Kings. So I did dwarves, I was doing Tomb Kings, and I was probably going to do another army on top of all that. Because I was enjoying the hobby that much, right? But the moment they fucked me over, I was like, nope. I'm out. If they hadn't fucked me over, I mean, I think I already had my second Tomb Kings army. Not my second Tomb, but my Tomb Kings army, my secondary army. So I already had that one pretty much set up with another 2,000 points, good to go. And I forget what other thing that I wanted to make on top of those, but I think I was thinking about making Bretonia, if I remember correctly. I do remember thinking about potentially making a Bretonia army. Because I love the idea of charging in heavy cavalry, custom bases and shit, because it had like a custom charging formation and all of that stuff. So that was fun. Could be worse, at least it is in Destiny 2. Yeah, fuck those guys. To be honest though, it is kind of on that level. If you consider how much money I invested in the hobby, you know, in paints, even just in pure plastic. Oh, I might as well take this thing out, and then all we have left is the sprues. Wait, which one is this one? It's number 3 is the middle one. So I should clean it up and glue it up ASAP, maybe? The old minis are actually not useless. If I put them on size adequate moving tray, I've been told that I can play with them. In old world rules or whatever. I don't think you can play them in Sigmar. Ray, I had a thought the other day for a game. Imagine a Warhammer 40k and Anthem type of game would be lit. It would. Anthem had a lot of potential. In terms of sheer gameplay, it was the bomb. It's a damn shame EA didn't give a damn about what they had. EA's like, yeah, we don't care. Fuck them. Fuck all the work people put into this. We don't care. My friend is trying to sell me on the concept of Warcry, but I don't know enough about it. Although I will say, there are some really badass units in Sigmar. Some badass dwarven units, dude. Like, there's apparently all kinds of troll slayers now. Well, not just troll slayers, there are different types of slayers and shit. There's all kinds of slayers. I'm just like, that is really cool. I've seen some of those models. They look wicked. Just buy the cool ones and paint them for funsies. I told you, Tummy Giggles, the thing is, my motivation for painting is playing and not the other way around. So it's like, I only want to paint things if I'm going to play with things. If I don't get to play, then painting isn't really nearly as appealing. I can't wait for like some hobby professional to eventually run upon these streams if they ever do, and they'll be like, holy crap, this guy does the hobby like a goddamn caveman. Look at him taking that X-Acto blade into that Vulcus terrain. Wasted. I was like, yep, that's me. I have the subtlety of a... I don't know how much a heavy gorilla would weigh. 50 pound? I have the subtlety... Well, 50 pound actually sounds kind of light. I have the subtlety of a 100 pound gorilla, okay? And the hands that go with it. I will take an X-Acto blade to your Vulcus terrain. And after I do that, I'm going to call it weathering. You guys like weathering? That's an anorexic gorilla? Yep. Yeah, that's what I figured. 100 pound gorilla sounds like it'd be pretty beast. Wait, so are gorillas supposed to be heavier than us? This is where I reveal that my expertise outside of video games is actually so absolutely limited. This is where people catch me and they'll be like, oh my god, it's fucking idiot. Yes, it's me. I'm idiot. Whenever people made this shirt, I'm with stupid, they were thinking of me. Gorillas are like 400? Wait, gorillas are like heavier than people? Maybe just my knowledge of pounds. You guys have like these strange measurement units. See, if I were speaking in kilos, I'd say like a 120 kilo gorilla. I don't know, dude. They seem stockier. They're kind of like dwarves. You know? They seem stockier. Ow. See, now I keep going off camera. Crazy. Yeah, that's the other thing. How do gorillas get to have such big muscles, you know? Do they even work out? Like, do you think that on one side of the zoo, you see the gorillas and they're just like these muscle-bound creatures? Then on the other side, they're just like sitting there powerlifting all day, waiting for when the public's around? You know? Because like, they're fucking buff, bro. A gorilla would fuck you up. Like, some people have that toxic trait where they're like, yeah, I could take on a gorilla. And it's like, yeah, sure, if you had like a big gun, like type of gun that can take out an elephant, you could probably take out a gorilla, but in hand-to-hand combat, my friend, a gorilla would fuck you up. A gorilla would fucking ragdoll you, give you the puny god move like in the Marvel movies, okay, bro? Except it wouldn't be funny like when Hulk did it to Loki. It would be fucking tragic, okay? They'd be picking up pieces from you from the gorilla enclosure for 2 weeks. That's what we're talking about, okay? Brain matter sprayed all over the place. It's crazy. A gorilla would fuck you up is quite the understatement. True. I wouldn't gamble with a gorilla, bro. I wouldn't do that. There we go. I need a better filing thing. That's weathering! It's weathering right there. Guys, see that? Fucking skill, bro. Some weathering right there where the sprue was. Perfect. All of my weathering spots are spots where sprues was. Coincidence? Absolutely. I just decided that those were the best spots to do some weathering. I was not forced into it whatsoever. Okay? I looked at the piece and I said, yup, right where they put this sprue thingamajig, that's exactly where we need some weathering. Because of reasons. Ask women if they want a gorilla or a man. Oh, the bear thing? Jesus. Like, let me just say right now. I would rather, if it was my daughter, I'd rather she'd find a man in the woods than a goddamn bear. Especially if it was a fucking hungry bear, dude. A hungry bear would eat my daughter like a snack. I think a lot of people have no respect for nature. They do not understand that wild animals are called wild animals because they're fucking unpredictable. You have no idea what a fucking bear is going to do if it shows up in front of you. Unless you happen to be like a professional at handling bears. And all these tips that you read on the internet about like, oh yeah, punch the bear in the dick and you'll be fine. Yeah, sure, dude. Sure. Oh yeah, stand really tall. It's like the whole thing of the T-Rex. Oh, the T-Rex is visions based in movement. Sure. The apex predator is visions based on movement. Why? How has this animal evolved to where its vision is based on movement? Sure, dude. That's exactly how that goes. His vision's based on the movement of his chewing mouth as it eats you. I've already done Vulcus, might need to do a second. Jesus, why would you do a second? Is it like for 2-player maps or something? I'm confused why you would do a second. So a friend of mine was telling me that these actually, you can put them together without gluing them. Is it like this? No, this one doesn't go here though. I need the bigger one, right? Yeah, this one's not here. This one probably goes here. Yeah, this one goes here. Wait, what the crap? I thought this one was clean. You guys sabotaged me. This part is not clean. Why would you guys do this to me? Maybe I should have put in the title Cleaning Vulcus and not Assembling Vulcus. Kind of feel like I'm setting the wrong expectation here. I've captured the seating B-52. A bear is light work. Oh yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio learned the hard way. Did he get hurt during the bear movie thing? Or are you just talking about the plot of the movie? Bro, a grizzly is a mean beast, okay? A grizzly will ragdoll you. Like, you think a bull's gonna ragdoll you? Like when you see the bullfighters? Think a bull's gonna ragdoll you? No, bro. A goddamn grizzly will ragdoll you some fierce. Ragdoll you in a way you're never gonna forget. I'm getting rid of some mold lines. Want to paint it differently, make it match the upcoming Typhus Tyrannid terrain. As you say, make a sick and disconnect for 40k. Yeah. Oh, so you're gonna paint it like purple and stuff, and you're gonna like maybe do some conversion type stuff to have some Tyranid bits coming out of it? See, the thing that scares me the most about Kill Team is when people tell me that they take teams away and they come back and they take them away. Like, I'm so scared they take my Jaegers away. Because, like, the reality is it's the only team where I'm kind of competitive. Because Salvagers, I'm still learning how to play. Jaegers just feel so good. Like, I scared my Necron friend by just advancing brutally through the map, and he gets scared. Just like, what are you scared of? Bunch of dwarves? What are you scared of, bro? What's wrong? I was telling him, listen, bro, you gotta attack. You gotta take chances. What do you mean? Don't be scared. This thing does not feel like it fits, like my friends were saying. My friends were saying, oh yeah, it just like kind of sticks together. No, bro. This shit ain't sticking together worth a damn. Better glue that bitch. And I do think this one glues here. So we'll probably do this soon. No, wait, this one has 3 connections, so it's probably not this one. We'll need one that has 2. This one. This one probably goes here. Yeah, like this. So these are the 2 connecting bits. Squeak. That. The Jaegers will go out of tournament legal in 3 years. Why? Why, dude? I hate them. I hate that they do that, dude. Why you gotta do that? And I mean, I know why they're doing it, because they want to make more money, but this is what keeps me from making an army, bro, because I don't fucking trust you. You're gonna delete shit right from under me. Right as I'm building my stuff and enjoying the hobby, you're gonna delete it. Take it away. I don't like the way that they do that. They just take shit away for no reason. Games Workshop cops can't come over to your house and jail you for playing Jaegers. Well, yeah, but you want to play, like, you know, legal teams. You don't want to, like, be, oh yeah, you're playing like when you're playing Magic, you don't want to be the guy that's playing with proxies of Black Lotus, right? You don't want to be that guy, is all I'm saying. Oh yeah, I play my my Black Lotus proxy, and yeah, you're fucked. Oh, okay, thanks. Appreciate that. That was fun. Yeah, you know, I play my my Black Lotus proxy, and I shoot 3 lightning bolts at you. First turn. Well, yeah, I think that makes sense. I was checking, and yeah, I think that's fair. To be honest, that's not even that great of a play. I've seen much better plays in first turn. Just I don't remember everything about... Wait, why am I even cleaning this? This is on the inside. This doesn't even matter. This thing that I'm cleaning right now won't even matter because it's going to be glued together to the other piece. And I'm just stupid. Wait, can I glue this one here? Oh yeah, this one 100% glues here. Because there's 42 legal teams in Kill Team, I agree. Losing teams feels pretty meh. Yeah. They're still legal, just not supported anymore with rules. I mean, they're not tournament legal, though. That's the thing. You want to play the competitive tournament stuff. Some nice weathering in there. Totally intended. Can never go wrong with some more weathering, boys. Were you going to play Last Epoch? Probably not. I'm still on my break, and when I come back, I would rather probably spend my time playing PoE 2. I know that that's not a currently popular thing to say because people are upset about PoE 2 as well. Everybody's crapping all over it and saying like, ah, bad game, terrible fucking game. Fuck the devs. It's kind of like the opposite of Monster Hunter Wilds. This is such a strange place to be in when it comes to gaming discourse nowadays. I started this because I'm like, oh man, I want to talk to people about these things that I like. But because of the way that algorithms just reward negativity, it all boils down to, oh man, everybody hates the game I'm playing. This is fantastic. Which, funnily enough, a lot of people seem to think that that's how I feel about Wilds. Which is strange. I'm actually kind of surprised that I haven't put more hours into Wilds. It's not because I'm not having fun. It's quite simply because I've gotten really into Kill Team, and I just feel like painting minis all the goddamn time. Tourneys require painting though, even if it's minimal. I mean, I would imagine so. My minis are painted though. They're ready for tournament. Although I don't even know if there's like Kill Team tournaments in Portugal. I haven't looked up any of that scene. I'm mostly interested in playing with my friends than necessarily going to tournaments, but we still all want to play the stuff that is legal. Be accurate with rules and stuff. Although, that's the other thing about Kill Team. Rules are so weird and wonky and wishy-washy with their wording that oftentimes we're left in situations where we can't even interpret the goddamn rules of the game. That's crazy. I don't remember that happening that often with fantasy battles. You could start them. Oh yeah, we're going to have a grassroots Killzone tournament scene hosted by me in Portugal. It'll be the biggest one in the world. The biggest one in the world. My Killzone tournaments are the best. They're much better than the other people's Killzone tournaments. We have gorgeous armies. Not armies. We have gorgeous kill teams. Painted by the finest people in the hobby. They're the best. They're better than Games Workshop people even. I think it's so funny. Make them 4 rounds, 16 players minimum. I was just happy that last Thursday I did a full campaign. That was fun as hell. So for those of you that don't know, there's on the book, on the Killzone book, there's this campaign that you can do. And the campaign is a set of scenarios that, depending on who wins, the next scenario is going to be different. So it's me and my friend. We're playing the campaign. He's playing Kriegs. I'm playing Jaegers. First mission. I'm playing defense. He's playing offense. So first mission, I'm supposed to defend this cannon thing that's in the middle of the map. And I also have to defend the cannon's battery. So there's 2 targets on the map that I have to defend. 2 objectives. There's no kill ops, none of that stuff. There's just the objectives in the campaign. And my friend has to come in and he has to bomb them. And there's like some rules as to how he can bomb them. But anyways, first campaign, I win. So what happens afterwards? The cannon that I was protecting fires. That cannon shoots down the spacecraft that the invading fortress was coming in. And so what happens in the second part of the campaign is the spacecraft is falling down and the offending team has to like drop in the middle of the firefight, and there's a chance they'll get hurt. There's a chance they drop randomly throughout the scenario. There's a bunch of things that can happen. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. Now me, on the other hand, as the defense in the second map, I have to secure 2 strongholds. So I set up those strongholds with like barriers and all types of shit, just basically preventing him from ever setting foot inside anything. So I win that one. And then after that, the final one, it's my friend, the offense. It's like it was deemed that their offense was completely blown apart, so he has to run away and he has to jump off the highest building in the game. And that counts as kind of like an extraction, but he has to jump off at the end of the 4th turn. And me, I get to deploy from the sides of the map. So it's like all of these very different set of objectives than what I'm used to. And that campaign was a ton of fun. I did crush my friend though, which, yeah. That's a result of me playing too much Jaegers. I feel like I'm getting pretty decent at playing that team. Then again, if I was actually to play someone who's more competitive, they'd probably beat my ass. Nothing in Portugal, unfortunately. Spain is huge for tournaments, though. Wait. Glass Half Dead. Wait a second. I know your channel. I've seen you're the guy who goes like... Right. Right? I was like, wait, I know that name. I've seen all the skits. Well, maybe not all of them, but I've seen a couple. Your stuff is funny as hell, dude. That's some good shit. My friend Knox, he also watches your content. I think he watched some of your guides or something to prepare for our battles. I was mostly just watching the rights because I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, I've gotten started into the hobby somewhat recently. Who's your main team, by the way? Glass Half Dead. You popped up building Vulcus, so I figured I'd see what the average Joe thinks. Oh, I love the game, but it is extremely hard to figure out the rules. Like, I feel like me and my friends were learning new rules every day. Like, one of the most recent rules we learned is that actually, if you're fighting inside the condensed stronghold, which that was another thing, we're like, what's the condensed stronghold? And I just look at the buildings and I'm like, well, I figure the big one's the garrison because it kind of looks like a garrison. So the small one's probably the condensed stronghold, right? And my friends were like, yeah, I guess. And so we figured out that inside the condensed stronghold, blast weapons have lethal 5. And we're like, well, it makes sense. Shrapnel getting bounced around and all of that. It's crazy. I've played Blades of Cain most this edition, then Angels of Death. I'm an elite player. I just love APL 3. Oh, yeah. My friend Nox Tom, he has the Angels of Death. First time I played my Ernkin Jaegers into his Angels of Death team, that's when I realized, because my other friend kept saying, yeah, bro, Angels of Death's an elite team, bro. It's not balanced, messed up. And I was like, how bad can it be? Oh, I learned. It was pretty fucking bad. I learned real quick. It was really bad. He absolutely shredded me. I was like, damn, that was pretty harsh. He won, but although my friend was also still kind of noobish, so he only won by like 3 victory points. But yeah, it was pretty brutal. The thing is that it's also hard to keep tabs of what the other person is doing. So we've had to institute specific rules, right? So say for instance, let's say my data cards here for the Jaegers are the kill zone, right? So I've had to institute, okay, listen guys, if you play a strategy ploy, it needs to be on this side of the table. And if I play a strategy ploy, it needs to be on this side of the table. And only the ones that are active can be here, okay? Your equipment and stuff that you have like down here, I don't want to see any equipment there that you did not select at the beginning of the game, okay? You didn't select it at the beginning of the game. You take that shit, you put it back in the pack, you take that away, okay? The only stuff on the table that I want to see is stuff that is selected for this battle. And every time that any of us performs an action, we need to be able to point to the card and go, this is why, okay? I'm doing this because of this card right here, and you can give me the card, because it was insane. Like, so many times my friends would be playing and they would have like this mess of cards, like littered with cards in front of them, and they would say, oh yeah, so I have Ceaseless, and I have Lethal 5, and I have Balanced, and I was like, okay, where does it say you have all of these things? Because it's not in your operative sheet. And it's like, well, and he's just like scrolling through, you know, friggin' 50 different equipment cards. Like, well, there's this one and this one and this. And I'm just, did you select these at the beginning of the game? Like, what's going on? And it's like, yes. It's like, no. It's like, we need to follow the rules. Like, it's very hard. It's not even like, I don't care about losing at all, but I want to understand why I lost. And in Kill Team, if you don't force the person you are playing against to be very organized with their information, it is terribly hard to understand why things are happening. They're both the strongholds, so you get that in both. Wait, both strongholds get that? I didn't know that both strongholds get that. According to the book, unless they change that rule and maybe it's no longer on the book, or maybe it's different than what's on the book. But according to the book, it only says that it's for the condensed stronghold, and the other one just has like the vantage points and stuff from attacking first. It's weird. Well, Kill Team was not my first foray into Warhammer. I used to play fantasy battles like 20 years ago. Dropped out when they told me that my 3,000 points of Dwarven Army was no longer playable, and I had to like spend another 500 euros or something in minis to make it work, and have to like remake all of the movement trays that I'd already made for my units. And I was like, no, I think I'm good. I think I'll just stop here then, if that's how you guys handle your business. And then it took a while before my friends were able to convince me to get back into it. Since they're walled in, they're considered condensed. Huh, interesting. Sounds like you need a spreadsheet. Yeah, it's kind of rough. The other thing is, my friends also like using these stupid custom dice And it pisses me off so much whenever I'm looking at their CPs and it's like they have like an 8-sided die for CPs. And I'm like, bro, we've never had more than 5 CPs. Ever. Why do you need an 8-sided die? Why can't you have a regular die like everybody else? Also, why is your number 1 a skull? Or on another dice, why is this stupid symbol a 6? It's like, why can't we just have regular goddamn dice? You guys like these special stupid dice. It's like, no, bro, I want regular dice that I can look at them and I can read them. I hate custom dice with a passion. Like, oh yeah, the 1 is a skull. And it's like, no, I don't want a skull. I want a 1. I don't need this. Oh, it's funny. Anyway, let me see. So how are we gonna... Oh, crap. So that means I took out the wrong piece of terrain. This is great. Okay, so on here we have this one, I guess. No, I have all the wrong pieces of terrain. This is great. Of course, the sprues wouldn't make sense. Oh, wait, there's sprues inside the window? I didn't even see those. Sprues inside the window. The One Ring tabletop RPG has the same problem. I mean, it's a player problem, right? Players need to be... Oh, I gotta be careful cutting these bad boys out. What the hell? I'm gonna break my windows. Nah, weathering. Weathering. That's what that is. Yeah, these pliers are not very good for this flimsy plastic. This is gonna be tough. Oh, I don't like the way that bends. Like, you see how this stuff kind of like bends? As I'm trying to get these off. I might use the blade instead. Screw this. Take the blade to that sucker. Wouldn't hurt to invest in a decent pair of clips. Yeah, I know. It's just you find this out as you are doing the hobby. It's weathering. Yeah, weathering. Any mistake we make, it's always just weathering. Turn them round and round. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, we can do that too. Probably easier on the sprues. Easier on these windows. I mean, because the terrain is in such pristine condition. You're literally buying broken terrain. The terrain's already broken. Oh, it's funny. Don't ding the busted window frames. Exactly. We wouldn't want to damage the Vulcus terrain. It's in such the Imperium has kept it in such spectacular condition. There we go. This is such quality material that it actually bends itself rather than the thing I'm trying to bend. I totally didn't get that X-Acto knife from a thrift store, I promise. Appreciate you, Ruri. Been watching your stuff for a very long time. Thank you. Appreciate you too. The Imperium did, but then the Xenos showed up and bombed the place like they do. Now wait a minute. I don't like when people start going all Xenos, okay? As an Earthkin player, I don't appreciate the fact that y'all consider my faction to be Xeno scum, okay? I don't think I appreciate that. Wonder how long Rue would last playing Operation. What is Operation? Is that the... You're talking about the kiddies game? Where you're like... Bzz, bzz. Well, that's what they are. Why you guys gotta call me Xenos, man? I ain't a filthy Xenos. I'm a human, just like you guys, except I'm a clone. You know? I have the technology the Imperium wants. The Imperium wants those, what do they call? STL drives? No, not STL drives. SLTs? I forget. They want those Votan, man. Which is why the dwarves like to play dumb when they're next to Adeptus Mechanicus. Or so I've heard from lore videos. See, that is stuff I'm interested in. Dwarven lore stuff. I'm all about it. You guys want to hear about the War of the Beard again? Like I haven't told that story enough times yet. Good old War of the Beard. Standard Template Constructs, STCs. That's what they are. Any leftover sprues are weathering. These fine, in perfect condition windows. I don't even know if there was any sprues in the middle one. It was a good idea to get the filing thing today. That was a good idea. This is actually pretty good. Does the job. Pretty nice. Little nail filing thing. You guys know the feeling that a lot of people get from nails on a chalkboard? I actually get that a little bit from filing, to be honest. It's not easy. Man. Friggin' allergies today. Wait, what? We've been live for 2 hours? I swear once you get to like 35, life just goes by and fast forward. I swear to God, dude. Once you get to 35, life enters fast forward mode. I promise you. You go so fast. Terrain takes time. Yeah, but it's chill. I like it's chill. Nice and chill. Still can't believe we've been live for 2 hours. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll probably be like a quick little stream, just assemble Vulcus. Yeah, we've cleaned up one whole sprue. Fantastic. Currently going on to the second one. And it's a good thing I already cleaned up the light terrain the other day. Because otherwise I still have that to do as well. Oh god, I'm so scared of that window. We're just going to cut this one right here. The rubber is running away from us, boys. Rubber, come back. Don't leave us. And by the way, you guys are saying these are crappy pliers? Camera would focus. Crappy pliers, huh? All right. Is Citadel pliers. That checks. I didn't even used to use pliers back when I did fantasy battles. I just cut everything out of the sprues with the X-Acto blade. It's like, yep. X-Acto blade, multi-purpose tool. I can get things out of sprues, I can clean them up, and I can use it as a filing thing. X-Acto blade is the one-stop shop for all your hobby needs. You don't need nothing else. Just a nice X-Acto blade. Get the job done. Bring this bad. Juron is the brand of choice. And my friend was telling me about these magical clippers that apparently they're so good you don't even need to clean stuff afterwards. But they're like $40 or $50 or something like that. I'm like, I don't know if there's a clipper that's going to be that good that it won't even leave anything on the sprue. I kind of don't believe that. I find that very, very hard to believe. Happy Easter, Devin. Read the pieces clipped together, they have to be glued together. So there's a friend of mine says they can be clipped together. The other friend of mine says they have to be glued together. Both of them own Volkus, both of them glued it. So I don't know, man. I kind of find that glue is probably going to be the way to go. Considering that both of them glued their stuff. And it just seems more convenient to just have it glued. The biggest problem is going to be transportation. Like if you're taking terrain with you to a bunch of places, that'll be the big problem. Friggin' Xenoblade soundtrack is god tier, bro. Really good hobby tune. Just showing the Xenoblade. Corner walls build in such a way that they fit together, but you probably want to glue them. Also, the Vantage doesn't clip. Ooh. Set it up in your house like the dad from the Lego movie and yell at your kids if they go near it. Bro, my friend... I have no idea how he's able to stay so chill with his kids whenever they're just like messing around with his minis. Apparently, his kids keep breaking his minis. I'm like, oh my god, dude. I would throw a fit if my kids would touch my minis, let alone break them. My kids know not to touch my goddamn minis. Beat the shit out of them. Joking. Can't wait for somebody to clip that out of context. Beat my wife after it too. Yeah. Ah, some more weathering in there. Look at that. Beautiful weathering. Fantastic. Currently building a maw crusher. That sounds like a tyrannid. Is that a tyrannid? I'm actually curious. I don't know if Glass Half Dead is still here. Do people use the Blood and Zeal cards in tournaments and stuff? I mean, I imagine it's tournament legal, but I was wondering if people actually enjoy using it. Because I feel like Blood and Zeal adds a certain degree of randomness to the game, and I can imagine that certain types of players are going to be like against it. No, it's for casual play? Oh, okay. That's kind of like what I would expect. I assume that in tournaments, people just go full-on attack op, kill op, crit op. That's all we need. We're good to go. Don't need none of this bullshit Magic the Gathering nonsensory. Depends on the tournament type, narrative versus competitive. Oh. So there's narrative tournaments, kind of like the campaign that I did with my friend. That sounds more interesting to me than competitive, to be honest. I find the grueling competitive matches, while also fun, to be much more draining than just like a regular casual match. Playing a narrative tournament this weekend where the organizer created his own cards. Interesting. I kind of want a metal sheet to put below my Vulcus terrain and then magnetize the Vulcus terrain. I think that'd be badass, but it'd also be a lot of work. But magnetizing it would be cool. And then it would go through the... It would go through the terrain, the board stuff. Right? And just attach straight onto the metal sheet. Then it wouldn't move as much, because that's one of the most frustrating things when you're trying to like move your units and it's one big clusterfuck of like tokens and stuff. It's very annoying. What you want is mini LEDs. My friend has mini LEDs. My friend Noxtom, he set up his Volkus to have mini LEDs on it. Puts those suckers in there. It is great for atmosphere. We also usually have like a Bluetooth speaker popping off with theme music for when we're playing. That's also cool. Use blue tack. I don't like blue tack. That's what my friend does. I'm not a big fan of doing that though. Like, it works, sure, but... yeah, it definitely helps a lot. We've used it last couple of times he's brought his terrain over. Tilted Glory Gaming, thank you very much for the souls. Tip of the hat. Appreciate support. Thank you. Video idea. Morning routine to be a successful streamer, and it's just you doing this stream for the Emperor. Morning routine to be a successful streamer, and it's just me doing this stream. Oh, God. This is probably the opposite of what you should do to be a successful streamer, to be honest. You should be capitalizing on all the trending things, making all the drama things. Like, you want to be a successful streamer, you should be talking about whatever the current drama is between iDubbbz and H3H3 and Asan and all of that stuff. That is a topic that will get milked to the nth degree and will make people millions of dollars in revenue when it comes to content creation. 1,000,000%. That would be the actual morning routine for successful streamer. Or if you're into Monster Hunter right now, another good tactic would probably be reacting to the big famous Meat Man video that everybody's talking about. It's all about popularity. A 100 Johnny Somali videos. True. That guy deserves it, though. Fuck that guy. Friggin' going to Japan. Like, I'm actually kind of scared if I eventually ever go to Japan, pull out my phone, take a picture, people think I'm a streamer, get upset. Because that's the type of fame they've given us Westerners with their behavior overseas. Korea this time. Yeah. You are a streamer. Well, yes, but I kind of don't want them to see me as one at this point. Because it seems like most of the ones they have to deal with over there are very well, maybe not most of the ones, but the more prolific ones are very disrespectful. I can't even imagine what it'd be like for them having to deal with that shit. True, big true, Tilted Glory Gaming. Oh, man. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do the hotel thing with the wife and the kids. Hopefully whatever are the activities, because my wife was the one who looked up the activities and stuff. Hopefully whatever the activities they have there for the kids are going to be fun. Chill out for a couple of days. Then the rest of the week is going to be kind of rough, because I know my wife's going to be busy and I'm probably going to be with the kids. Then after that, things kind of go back to normal. So after next week, I'm probably going to be back to full-time doing my thing. Yeah, vacation times. I figured it was a good time to unwind a bit. Whoa! That thing got thrown off. Bam. Whoops. I hate these sprues in the middle of the windows. They're so annoying. But it is better to rip them out like this. Are there more windows like this? Yeah. Means I'll have to deal with these. Oh yeah. I honestly didn't expect terrain to take this long. I think the biggest process is cleaning. It's not even assembling, it's cleaning. It's like the British tourists in the Algarve, but somehow worse. I don't think they're that bad. I know that Portuguese people like to jokingly call them lobsters. Because British people tend to get really red whenever they get to Portugal. These guys are very pale out there in the UK. So you get in here, you get a little bit of our sun in your face. You guys become red like lobsters. I remember at one point we had like this gigolo who became famous in Portugal. He just targeted UK female tourists. That was his thing. And so he'd have this weird way of speaking broken English. Going like, yes, yes, thank you, very nice. Oh, yes. Those are some strange times. He was like a fucking national icon. Because he was just banging UK married women. It's like, that's so fucked up. Talking about your whole life? Yep. Is that a TGN bracelet? Yes. I used to work for TGN like a couple of years back. Haven't seen those in a while. Yeah. It's because TGN's gone. They shut her down. Although they fired me long before that. And the higher-ups were pretty inhumane to my boss, too, because they knew my boss was my friend. They forced his ass to fire me. Which I guess it is what it is, but I never took it personal. The guy was super nice to me. Damn. Yeah, we got some weathering on these windows, boys. The weathering excuse. Not George, I assume. No, George didn't work with TGN back then. He sold that shit first chance he got. Sold us all down the river. Scammy bastard. You guys ever see the MCN Freedom Network? That is run by an absolute scammer. Canadian guy called George Venus, who moved to the Philippines because cheap labor. And then he made a joke about it. He's like, yeah, I moved to the Philippines because it's cheap labor. I'm only joking. And I was like, no, George, I know you. You're not joking, you son of a bitch. That's exactly why you fucking did it. You fucking bastard. Oh, man. I have lived an interesting life with content creation. I have seen it all. Friggin' spring allergies is the problem. Ooh, I cut a little bit too much. That's some more bonus weathering. Yeah, we got some bonus weathering here, boys. Ain't nothing but a thing. Don't even worry about it. It's all part of the plan. The Adeptus Mechanicus have desired this to be like that. Word of the day, weathering. Exactly. You guys will learn about weathering in Warhammer. Whether you want to or not. Yeah, like Bob Ross. It's one of life's little happy little accidents. I am the Bob Ross of hobbying. Except without actual talent. I just like having fun. Life's too short, you know? The main reason my friends got into Kill Team is because we couldn't play video games together. Because everybody's always at different progression levels, no matter what video game you play. Most of us don't give a crap about shooters. We mostly like RPGs, but syncing up for RPGs? Ooh, that's rough. That right there is rough. Buster83, happy Easter, bro. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoy the chill streams. We need more chill in our lives. Okay, so probably clean up a little bit more here. I hate still feeling like the scrapiness, you know? That'll do fine. Especially while I grind stuff in Xenoblade Chronicles X. Bro, I want to play Xenoblade Chronicles X. I really haven't had the time for anything. Like, this week was basically spent trying to organize around my friends' wives, because for some reason, my wife doesn't give me a hard time if I want to do something with my friends. She doesn't even question it. She doesn't even ask me anything. She doesn't even call to check in unless she needs something. Like, there is no pushback. My friends, that's a different conversation. It's kind of rough. whenever they're trying to organize something. Seems like there's always something that the wives suddenly decide they need to go do. So it was just like me trying to organize my schedule around their wives' disposition. Trying to be like, okay, bros, when can we get together? Okay, tomorrow? Okay, tomorrow we good? All right. I go get food, set up everything in here. They bring their stuff. We all just play kill team. Fun times. I 100%ed already. New ending is it? Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. It's kind of like I would expect it to be like on the level of Future Connected, because that seems to be the case with Monolith Soft. Like their base games are always excellent, but usually the stuff they add afterwards. Apparently with 3 that's an exception. I believe you also told me about that, Tummy Giggles. Apparently with 3 it's an exception, but like, for instance, Future Connected, I was like, I'm sorry, bro. I did not like Future Connected at all. At all. Okay? Not even... I thought that was terrible DLC. I did not like that at all. The other one, Torna, I hated the combat. Story was alright. Not a big fan of the progression on that one. You know, the whole, you have to do the community missions, otherwise you can't advance the main story. I'm like, what? Excuse me? What are you talking about, bro? Ain't nobody wanting to do that. Well, in my case, I was going to do it no matter what, because I usually like the side content, but for most people don't really care about that stuff. I should have gotten something to put plastic in, like little plastic. Let me get another box. We have a lot of plastic debris. Painting 1,000 something. Is that like a new kill team? I hear people talk about that one all the time for some reason. I'm guessing it's relatively recent. Seems like a lot of people in this hobby like collecting teams, which I guess is cool, but also very, very risky when it comes to Games Workshop. At least from my experience. But if you like the hobby, still fun. Bet you can melt all the sprue pieces, make a new kill team. Yeah, if I had the injections and all of these other things. The files. I was actually kind of upset that the salvagers box that I bought was apparently like an old box, so it didn't came with the tokens. I was like, well, crap. What the hell? I feel like they could afford to sell you the boxes with the cards in them. And obviously all the tokens. It would be a much better deal. Hell, I would probably even pay like 60 bucks for one of those, right? You know, 60 bucks. Get the whole box. Your operatives, your cards. It's such a much better deal, you know? Just make sprue goo? I've never heard that term. Sprue goo? That sounds like a terrible idea. Just listening to that name gives me the heebie-jeebies. Sprue goo. What? Where are you going? That's another empty sprue right there. Emptied out 2 sprues, boys. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4 more sprues to go and clean up. I should actually... I'm going to change the title. I'm going to change the title because we ain't assembling shit today at this rate. I'm going to change the title to Cleaning. Cleaning Vulcus terrain for Kill Team. Sprue goo is no worse than wyvern milk. I mean, wyvern milk's pretty bad. Whoever came up with that idea. I sent that sprue bit to space, okay? That thing ain't coming back. It's gone. Extra weathering. Ruri's gonna find his hobby room directly connected to the warp when he goes looking for those flying beasts. Nah, it's just a sprue. It's gone. I don't care. Oh, you guys want to see something kind of messed up? Prime the heads on pikes. Prime the heads on pikes. That's exactly what that is. Oh, I'm thinking if I should glue this one. I'm probably not going to glue this one. Probably paint that sucker first. I should know how to actually make some cool epoxy resin garbage with it. Where it'd look good. Happy Easter, Tilted Glory Gaming. Have a good one, bro. Wonder if we'd even buy epoxy in Portugal. Or just like get a little bit of epoxy. Because I do think I should put epoxy on this thing. On the open barrel. Try to do some kind of crazy effect with it. Need to look up how to make like colored epoxy. Make this vat look real nasty. Hardware store epoxy is overkill. Well, how would you do it then? Because like I want to fill this thing, right? I want to fill this thing with some gobbledygook green stuff. I mean, but you, I want it to be transparent. Green stuff's not transparent.
If only I could be so gross.
Luciferus, thank you very much for becoming grossly incandescent. Tip of the hat. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you so much. Gooseberry jelly? I have no idea what that is. Try basic hobby glue you whisk for papercraft. That dries colorless. Well, I don't want it to be colorless. Oh crap, did I mess this up? Ooh, I wasn't looking. Ooh. I was looking at you guys. Fucked up this barrel because of you guys. Hope y'all are happy now. Filed it too much. That's fine. It's not battle damage, it's weathering. PVA glue? The white stuff? Why not epoxy though? What's wrong with epoxy? I'll need to look up online how people are doing like special effects on this. Figure it out. How many tubs of gray dye do you think it will take and white dye to slap chop this? I feel like most people just take an airbrush to this bitch. Yeah, because see, if you put this on here, it'll become very hard to actually reach the innards and paint it. But I could glue these already, because these aren't going to affect anything in terms of painting, I mean. There it is. This one's tricky. This sprue tricky. There we go. So this one I can glue, and I think I can glue the other one too. I'll probably do that. I can glue this one too. But I don't want to glue the third one. Probably going to need more glue before all this is done. I don't think this is coming out. All right. Is it? I'm trying to focus it as best as I can, but it's not really working with me. There we go. Actually just filed this one kind of like this. Look at that. It's a beaut. It ain't perfect, but it's close enough. It's not much, but it's honest work. I have no idea how my friends found the patience to do this. Because their stuff is actually somewhat painted. It's not fully painted, but it's somewhat painted. I can't wait to just slap a bunch of speed paint on this sucker. It's gonna be glorious. I'm gonna speed paint the fuck out of this thing. Why are you making fun of my X-Acto knife, Francois? It's fantastic. The one I got at the thrift store? What do you mean? It's an amazing tool. Hobbying on a budget. We're hobbying on a budget out here, bro. Look at that sucker. The sort of knife. X-Acto knife. Okay. Or as we say in Portugal, shizato. Almost sounds Japanese now that I think about it. Shizato. The shizato mushroom. You can't say on a budget while showing off overpriced Games Workshop clippers. So my friend actually said they gave him a bunch of these for free, and so he gave one set to me. So that was actually free. That's like one of the cheapest things you see on this table is the Games Workshop clippers. Because I didn't pay anything for them. I got them bitches for free. Might have cut a bit too deep there, bucko. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get it, get it. Tamiya clippers are the good ones. Are those the overpriced ones? I need to get whatever ones are the magic ones that leave like nothing behind. Shuron. I love how everybody has different brands they like. It's kind of like the same way with paints. God Hand is the Japanese one made for Gundam. God Hand? Jesus. I think this piece is done. So let's see, can I actually assemble something yet? Okay, it looks like we have this coupled together with this. So if I do this, do 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 do. Yeah, this is how this is supposed to go. Unless there's something else I'm supposed to put in there first. This is what my friend was saying it's supposed to clip in? Jesus. Okay, it does. It does kind of clip in. But it's not going to stay upright for very long. You definitely want to glue it together. But that's a piece of the condensed stronghold right there. I don't like how far away it is from the other one. So if you glue this... Excuse me. If you glue this with the other one, you probably want to keep this corner without gluing it to the other one because it'll make it easier for painting. I'm not happy about how these are connecting though. Oh, there's another thing up here that connects? Feels like you'd want to sand this down on both sides. So that they actually close the connection. But I probably want to sand it much more than I'll be able to do with this nail file. Oh shoot. That wasn't supposed to be sanded off. Well, it's a bonus feature. Feel like that made it worse. There's always some space in between them, which sucks. It's probably like some warping or something. There's like some slight space between them. I really don't like that. That is going to trigger the ever-living fuck out of me. The little small space between them. Oof. It is going the right way. This is the only way for it to go. There's just some very minuscule spacing between them that's pissing me off. Like it at all. Like, the camera can barely even pick it up. Like, see the middle of it? It's got like a little bit of spacing. You guys can barely see it, but it's there. Okay. These pieces are clean anyways, and this piece is clean. I have wood glue because I needed to get some of that. I mean, I didn't need to get it, but I got some of it with the army painter basing kit. So I could do PVA glue, I guess. That painted black, boom, done. So wait, this is the whole stronghold. So we could make the condensed stronghold right now. Thing is, if I put this thing on there, it'll be annoying. So this would be the one that I would want to do. Then I'd want to glue the other two pieces. Because like this one's going to assemble like this. I'm just thinking about it in terms of how easy it would be to paint it afterwards. So let's see. This will probably connect over here. God, this one's even worse. So like that. That is the condensed stronghold. You bought the world's most expensive plastic. Get some appropriate glue. I mean, I have the fucking Citadel. What do you want from me? That's our piece of terrain. Bang, bang, bang. Ruri, artillery gems are just a myth. Yours is clearly a hallucination. True. Wondering if I should glue these pieces or paint them individually and glue them afterwards. Probably be easier to just paint everything and then glue it on afterwards. But yeah, we've cleaned up this one. See about some more. Yeah, same. So for the next one, I'm guessing they would, probably the easiest way of going about it. Man, that's big. Round. Oh wow, there's 2 pieces in this whole thing. The big garrison boy. Let's get them suckers. This is gonna need a lot of cleaning. Damn. Damn. Look at this sucker. That's a big sucker. It's a big boy. I used to use Loctite, but Loctite is kind of annoying for some minis. because it discolorates the plastic quite a bit, especially if you have like a break after a mini's been painted. Ooh, Loctite will fuck that shit right up. You get nothing out of that. Probably gonna paint these black. I'm thinking if I want to try and do some zenithal shenanigans, but probably not. Probably just slap shop it. My biggest problem with slap shop is I think that slap shop might not work for terrain. I'm very concerned with how slap shop's going to work on terrain. You're using too much? Well, that's me. I'm a giver. I am a giver. Slap shop doesn't work that well using certain light colors if you use the black to gray undercoat. Well, I mean, but I'm doing speed paint. We need to work our way up to a mostly white and gray. And then the speed paint will do its speed paint thing. And that will look phenomenal. But I've never really painted terrain, so my experience is very limited. The problem with I feel like using slap shop on terrain is that I get a feeling I'm going to need like 10 buckets of gray, then another 10 buckets of white. Which is maybe a bit much. You dry brush it first, you won't need that much. I mean, that's the whole point. We're going to paint it black and then dry brush it. That'd be the way to do it. Hey, you Jenny, what's up? Bro, I'm finding sprue bits everywhere. On these silly windows. Silly windows, you don't need sprue bits. Oh, I'm not overly concerned with what people think about the terrain. I'm overly concerned of how I will feel about the terrain. I don't care how people feel about my minis or my terrain. I care about how I feel about my minis or my terrain. That's like the biggest concern. I always look at these more as a for me thing. Like if I was painting them for display or something, then that would be a different conversation altogether. But I'm painting them so that I can play with them. And while I do want to show them to my friends and be like, oh, look at this shit. Doesn't this look amazing? Isn't this the bomb? Friends don't like them. I don't give a fuck. The important thing to me is that I need to like it. Alex Hack, Rurikhan Warhammer stream? Hells yeah, what's your favorite Chaos Legion? I don't really mess with Chaos, but if you'd made me choose, it's of course Blood for the Blood God. How's that even a question? I mean, what are you going to be? A filthy Nurgle? A strange-ass Zench? Or a degenerate Slaneshi? Of course, you're going to be a corn demon. This is the way of the world. I don't make the rules. I'm at a family Easter event, so I can't stay and watch. Wanted to stop in and say hello. Well, happy Easter, Sunstreaker. Of it is the back and the side. These are the other two. The other sides. This is the big ass terrain. dots goes on here like this. See, and then the minis, they go on here. Then we shoot other people in the face. That's how this works. See, the mini goes on to the window, and it shoots the other people on the other side. It's in cover. Although usually the guy who will be in here, sniper. See, sniper goes in there, pew, 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 shoots people in the face with his concealed shot, murders people with Devastate 3 like a Chad. Doesn't even care. Alright, I haven't cleaned this one up. Free stream painting the great unclean one when I do not vibe with chaos, dude. Only things I'm painting are dwarves and terrain. Dwarves and terrain. That's all you ever get from me. Spray cans and oil wash and sponge chipping. How many spray cans? Feel like it'd take quite a few. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing, except instead of oil wash, I'm using speed paints, which are basically a wash. At the end of the day, that is what speed paints are, they're a wash. How about Chaos Dwarves, though? No, those guys are crazy. They have let go of their ways. Remember to inhale all of the fumes, of course. That's the only way to get the proper experience. I'm actually very curious to see how the details are going to pop once I dry brush this sucker. I mean, Tummy Giggle's been trying to kill me for ages. I don't know what you guys mean by you're not trying to kill me. Tummy Giggles sure is. He's trying to get my ass murked. He braved cockfosters and survived twice. To be fair, I've boarded the cockfosters line twice. Never actually been to cockfoster. It's a lot of cleaning up on that one. Ooh, the sniper terrain is here. This is the sniper terrain right here. Wait, is there a structure that we glue on top? Oh yeah, the sides. The sides glue the structure on top. But I think I'm gonna call it here. I want to keep it light. I just wanted to do something for Easter for you guys, because even though I'm on a break, I wanted to hang out with you guys for a little. Like I said, IRL shit's been a little bit rough, but I'll be back with you guys soon. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you very much for coming. I'm gonna go chill out. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe bell, notification icon, all that jazz, and I'll let you know progress of my salvagers and my terrain. Stay strong. Stay safe. Happy Easter. Peace out.